Hi, everyone. Dina Moskowitz here with Partner Optimizer at InPartnerCon 2024, and we are webcasting live on Ecosystem Chronicles. And I'm very excited about this guest. It's someone I've known for quite some time now, Rob Spee from Beyond Trust. But before I do that, we're here to talk about partner intelligence and partner data, and specifically that angle, which is what we always cover with Ecosystem Chronicles. And so Rob has had a lot of coverage today, but what we're going to talk about today right here is a little bit different angle because it's a really important angle that we all care about in our work. So Rob is the SVP of Global Channels and Alliances, right?
We'll have a new title.
You do?
Yes,
Okay.
Gina. Now I'm SVP of Partner Ecosystems.
Oh,
Because
fantastic.
we're recognizing the whole shift to the ecosystem model, so we decided to change titles as well.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
That's great.
Yeah.
And that's very much with the trend that they're showing in the research right
Yes.
now is that the channel and the partner ecosystem are merging together.
Absolutely.
Because there's a lot of value that way. And
Yeah.
that's really what you're doing now is managing all the different types of partners, not just an individual
Exactly.
channel that's one,
Yep.
linear.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, fantastic. It's even better to have you then now in your new role. And so what we wanted to talk about today, which I guess is even more relevant now, is the whole motion of co-selling.
Mm-hmm.
And co-selling with partners,
Yeah.
but partners of different types
Yep.
within your ecosystem. And so tell us more about what's going on your end.
Yeah, sure. It's funny, Dina. So here at InPartnerCon, I've been on the stage with Brent Thorell, our CRO, talking about co-selling.
Yep.
Jeff Matten was on the stage earlier talking about co-selling. So it's definitely a motion that we are following. It's a strategy we're following. But it's even deeper than co-selling for us. It's deeper partnering across the ecosystem. So we're co-selling, we're co-marketing, we're co-innovating. There's so many different components to it, but understanding the data behind it, and it's data at different levels. It's the data of how well are all the different elements of the ecosystem doing, and how are they impacting us, Beyond Trust, and our growth, but also how are they impacting the customer and our customers' growth, because at the end of the day, that's what propels our business, is customer success. So that's really what we're focused on. And what Brett and I touched on today when we were talking on stage was the impact of the ecosystem on customer experience, our own employee Beyond Trust experience, and partner experience. So all three layers. And what we talked about on stage too was the data behind that of what we need to leverage. So the data includes things like customer success and NPS scores.
Right.
It also includes transactional data and what amount of deals are partners originating for us. But now we're also measuring what percentage of deals our partners influencing for us. And that influence can come from a system integrator. It can come from a technology alliance partner. It can come from a hyperscaler like AWS, all these different touch points. And so we're tracking and measuring those. And now we're reporting them in our dashboards, our partner dashboards. And then the other really important element, which is where you come in, is understanding the partners themselves and the data linked to the ideal partners that we're working with.
Yeah.
And so that's a really key element.
Well, so tell me and tell the audience, like when you talk about your ideal partner profile, are you having stakeholders from different parts of your organization come together to talk about the ideal partner?
We are, and it is very much a cross-functional discussion. Because our marketing teams, they have one view of an ideal partner who is really willing to invest and engage from a marketing perspective, right?
Right.
Our sellers are less concerned with that. Of course, they want leads coming in, but what partners will engage with them in the sales cycle? And then our professional services team, they're more interested in what kind of delivery partner can engage and drive customer success. And we trust and know that they're going to be successful in that engagement. Then it comes back around to the seller who wants to know, okay, they did the implementation. Is that now going to drive recurring revenue? So renewals, but also growth in the account and cross-sell and upsell in the account.
Right.
So there's so many different elements to it.
So now how do you leverage data to know which of those partners are good at which of those things? Because ideally you want the partners who are good at all three, right? So how do you find those ones that are doing all?
Well, it is looking at our dashboards, diving into reports. We're not where we want to be yet. And I know that there's a lot more we can do on this front. But right now we are measuring a variety of factors. We look at transactional data for the partners that are doing the most
Existing,
co-selling
right.
with us? What's the win rate of that partner? What's the win rate of different types of partners that are engaged in the deal for influence, for example? So what impact does influence or other partner types have on deal size? So we noticed when we brought in our technology alliance partners, we had over a 300% increase in deal size.
Wow.
Massive, because the customer has more confidence in what we're doing and they plan bigger projects knowing that we're going to have integration points with our alliance partners.
Yeah, well, I love to know that you're actually measuring those metrics, because I think that's another message that, to a lot of people who are building and growing their channel ecosystem, partner ecosystems, is measure it. Because if you can measure it and you see the difference, then you can justify the additional investment in it and keep going with it.
Yeah. So what we want to get to, and what we're not doing yet, is we want to measure customer lifetime value and the impact of the ecosystem on CLTV, and then also CAC, customer acquisition cost.
Yep.
Which, you want your CLTV to go up. That should go up with our ecosystem, and acquisition costs should come down. Right. So that's something that we're looking at right now, and we need some systems in place to be able to accurately measure that.
Right. Well, I'm sure you'll get there.
We'll get there.
Definitely. And now what about like partner acquisition cost?
Yeah.
Are you doing that? Are you looking at expanding your partner base? Or are you looking at actively managing and optimizing the partners you have today? And what is having what is that level where you have enough partners?
I think this is where there's an opportunity. We haven't done this yet, but it is really doing a better job of measuring the partners that we have today, and are we optimized? And we suspect that we don't always have the right partners, right? There are some that are fantastic, but others that we're doing business with, but they probably aren't the ideal profile for us. Okay. So if we can compare the characteristics of those ideal partners, right, then they'll give us a better clue. But also recognize that the ideal reseller partner is very different than our ideal system integrator partner.
Absolutely.
Right?
You have different IPPs for different partner
ones.
Types.
And we do love the ones that can do it all, right? The ones that can go in there and they can fish, hunt, kill and eat, whatever you call it.
Right. But they are a rare breed. And
they are a rare
breed.
breed.
It's the whole ecosystem exists, why it's evolving.
Yeah. And we're bringing the ecosystem together to solve for that too, because you don't have many partners that can do it all. And so they're liking to partner within our ecosystem as well. So that's great.
I mean, I think that within your sector, you're probably one of the most innovative and advanced at doing this that I've come across. So
well, thank you. That's good and bad. It's bad in that when you're pushing the envelope, right? I mean, it's the systems have to keep up, and it's so here's a challenge.
Yeah. So here's a question for you, because there's direct sales, and then there's co-selling with partners.
Yeah.
Do you find that there's friction in trying to get your CRO and the sales side to want to and understand and feel confident in the partners taking on those roles and contributing to the sale?
Yeah, we're trying to erase the line between direct and indirect. And almost, I would love to get rid of that terminology.
Yeah.
Because we have a go-to-market strategy that includes the ecosystem, and it's all centered around the customer. So what does the customer need in their buying journey? And whether it's direct or indirect, they need our other partner types. They need the technology alliance partners. They need the delivery partners. They may want to buy on the marketplace, right? So all these other touch points. So what we're pushing for is what we call 100% partner involvement, right? Within the company. And some deals are going to go direct based, that could be customer led. Some go indirect, but we don't think about that so much and what we're trying to drive with the sellers is, don't think about that mindset. Think about partnering and who in the ecosystem can help you and who can help the customer.
Got it.
In that.
So you're actually, as part of the training of your own direct salespeople, are incorporating in their understanding and appreciation and justification for channel.
Yeah,
right?
And for the full ecosystem.
Right, the ecosystem.
Exactly.
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And some get it, some take to it very naturally. There are regions in the country, Asia Pacific, LATAM, Middle East. Very easy for them to embrace that because they already embrace partners so quickly. Typically the U.S. domestic market, certain parts of Europe, you have more of a direct presence. So there's a little bit less maturity. So it's a little bit more education to get them on board to that strategy.
Got it. So now within your organization, do you have any added incentives for your direct sales team to collaborate with the partners and bring them in?
So we did last year. Last year we almost went overboard. We had a very sophisticated comp plan for the sellers and for our partner managers, who, by the way, last year were called CAMs, channel account managers.
Right, now
This
they're
year,
PAMs.
now they're partner managers.
Very good.
But we decided, you know what, we're all on the same mission, which is to meet our sales targets. So everybody is comped on our sales target. And so we've just kind of evened the playing field. Now we can do quarterly spiffs and, contests and things like that to drive specific behavior. Like, hey, we want to drive up our partner delivery attach rate, for example. But really, we greatly simplified the program, and we felt like we were ready for it to take that next step. But it is still continuing to do enablement of the teams, right? Of our own partner management team, as well as the sellers.
Right.
And then track success and publicize success when we have ecosystem wins.
Excellent.
Yeah.
So here's another question for you. So you have about 3,000 partners or several thousand. I'm not sure what it is.
Yeah.
But obviously, not all are active partners, right? So what are you doing to filter out and figure out which ones to invest in and which ones to leave behind?
Yeah, it's a bit of a manual process right now, based on the data that we have and where do we see the deepest engagement, and where do we see mutual executive commitment and investment to want to partner with us, right?
Yeah.
To grow the business. Will you sit down and do a business plan with us? That type of thing. So that's where we've selected our focus partners. We have others that aren't quite to that level of commitment, but we see the level of opportunity. We call those ramp partners. And so we're investing in those partners. That only constitutes maybe 200, 250 partners globally. So we have, thousands more that are being managed by distribution. And so we're doing more and more to enable the distributors to manage that segment.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
And so we have only a few minutes left.
Yeah.
So here's one of my questions I'm asking everybody.
Okay.
As a channel chief, a partner ecosystem chief now, which is amazing, getting a lot of the people who are your colleagues, counterparts, whatever, are out there trying to justify growth of their partner tech stack, growth of investment in partner recruitment or partner activation and engagement. What recommendations do you have for that world in order to also get buy-in from their senior people or their CRO or CMO and C-suite?
I think it has to start, with alignment. And people, you've got to have a well-defined strategy. You've got to have alignment to that strategy, and you've got to make sure that everyone understands that strategy. So I know, like, if you're going to the CFO, if your CFO doesn't understand your partnering strategy, your ecosystem strategy, and now you bring in a new tool that you want funding for, it's going to be hard to get backing for that, because they're just not going to understand why you need it in the first place. What does that tool have to do with driving up partner originated business?
Exactly.
Right?
You need to give them the meat and potatoes to show them why it's worth the investment.
Yes, you need a strategy, you need alignment. And then justification, right? How are we going to see an ROI on this investment? And budgets are tight. We're all shifting budgets around to pay for things and pay for new technologies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, great. And what else? Any recommendations from your career, which has really grown up in channel, right? Any recommendations for younger partner leaders who are looking to grow in their careers? And
I think you've got to just have, I don't know how you develop this, but you need a great sense of curiosity and a desire to learn. For me, that's been my secret to success. Is I just always, that's why I do the podcast. I want to keep learning. And I think the partner managers, the young partner managers that I see, that's what they have. They have that curiosity. They want to grow. They want to learn. They're open to trying new things, right? It's funny because this morning Tiffany talked about the difference between an expert, like we're set in our ways, as opposed to a beginner who has a wider open mind. I try to keep an open mind and try new things and learn new things.
Right. Well, I know if anyone has not seen Channel Journeys, the podcast that Rob has been doing, but you're going to have to switch the name now to Partner.
I know.
I don't know, Channel Partner Ecosystem Journeys.
Ecosystem Journeys or something.
Exactly. Well, you got Ecosystem Chronicles and Journeys. So, So anyway, it's a great podcast. It's filled with so many interesting conversations with some of the top leaders and partnerati in our industry. And if you want to learn and keep on growing, please listen to that. And
thank you.
Thank you so much for being on with us. It's
my pleasure.
Great to see you here live finally.
Finally, face to face.
Congratulations on all your success.
Thank you.
We'll see you soon again.
Yes, great.
Excellent.
Thanks.